How to create HTML checkboxes. When creating one or more checkboxes in an HTML page, there are two steps to take. The first step is to create your opening and closing form tags, and the second step is to create your input tag that will serve as your checkbox. Let's start by setting up our opening and closing form tags. Next, we'll do our input tag, and this input tag is self-closing, which means it does not take a second closing tag. It just closes itself with a /. Okay. The last step is to set this input tag's type as checkbox. That's a necessary step that tells your browser how to render this input tag. So we'll say type equals checkbox. So let's stop there and refresh the page, and let's see how far we've gotten. Great, so far you can see we've got one checkbox. There's not much to it, and it doesn't do much, and it certainly looks a little funny without a label, so let's at least go back and do a label here, and we'll make this one Monday. Save that, go back, refresh our page, and this looks a little bit more appropriate. It's at least a choice that's labeled. But again, it's probably more common that when you want to use a checkbox, you'll want to have at least two values. You may only want to have one, but it's more likely that you'll want to have two. One's okay, but let's talk about making more than one, which is pretty simple. We'll just use some magical cut and paste here. Let's put a line break after each choice. And we'll do our favorite example, the days of the week. So we'll do, here we got Monday, now we'll do Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we've got the last day, which is Friday. Save our work, refresh the page, and here we've got a series of checkboxes, each representing a different day of our 5-day work week. Let's just recap a little bit. The two main steps to creating your checkboxes in your HTML page are to create your opening and closing form tags. The second step is to create at least one input tag. The input tag is self-closing, which means that it closes simply with a /. We need to set the type attribute to checkbox, which tells your browser how to render this particular input tag. And then in our case, we wanted to label the input tag to make it more readable, and we put a line break after it to make the whole page a little bit more readable. And we put that all together, and we wind up with, in this case, Tuesday spelled wrong, I'm sorry about that, a series of checkboxes, each representing the 5 days of our work week. Maybe this is some kind of form where I indicate which days of the week I want to work, and in my case, I will choose none, and I'll sleep in all week. So that's how you create HTML checkboxes.